Hello, I'm Ania Lichtarowicz, and this is Somewhere on Earth, your weekly look at technology and its impact on our everyday lives. It is Tuesday, the 4th of August, 2026. Welcome to the Global Tech Podcast. Coming up today, we'll meet the Brazilian startup developing affordable 3D printed bionic arms that use muscle signals to help amputees regain independence. Then, could artificial intelligence help diagnose autism years earlier than is currently possible? We hear about a new AI-powered screening platform aiming to identify children at risk from as young as 16 months old, helping families access support sooner. We'll also discover how researchers in Brazil are turning used cooking oil and oil from the native macaúba palm into cleaner aviation fuel and green diesel, using a patented catalyst that could help reduce emissions from some of the world's hardest to decarbonise industries. And if you'd like even more, don't miss this week's PodExtra. We'll head to Nigeria to hear how one tech entrepreneur is using a digital marketplace and innovative food credit system to help families cope with rapidly changing grocery prices, making essential food more affordable during one of the country's toughest cost of living crises. This is Somewhere on Earth, where tech meets humanity. Losing an arm or a hand has a profound impact on every aspect of daily life, from getting dressed and preparing food to returning to work. Yet for millions of people around the world, advanced prosthetic limbs remain out of reach because of their cost. The World Health Organization estimates that tens of millions of people globally require prosthetic or orthotic devices. But in many low and middle income countries, only a small proportion have access to them. In Brazil alone, more than 200,000 people are estimated to need an upper limb prosthesis. Traditional bionic arms can cost anywhere between $40,000 and $100,000, putting them obviously beyond the reach of many patients. But advances in 3D printing, lightweight materials and affordable electronics are beginning to change that, allowing companies to build sophisticated prosthetics at a fraction of the price. At the same time, improvements in myoelectric technology, which uses tiny electrical signals naturally generated by muscles, mean users can control a prosthetic hand simply by thinking about moving their missing limb. One Brazilian startup believes it can make this technology far more accessible. Using 3D printing and its own myoelectric control system, the company has developed a bionic prosthetic hand capable of opening, closing, pinching and pointing, all controlled by the user's muscle signals. The device is currently undergoing clinical trials and regulatory approval ahead of a planned launch next year, with the aim of bringing advanced prosthetics within reach of many people.
My full name is Natan Eduardo Ourives de Vargas. You can call me Nathan. I'm the CEO and founder of Limbex.
My name is José Carlos Salomão Jr. I'm the partner and medical director of Limbex.
Okay, so maybe we start with you, Natal. Tell me what Limbex is.
Okay, we work with bionic prosthesis, so we restore autonomy for amputee people. We make really advanced prosthetics that can make movements like opening and closing hands, pinching, pointing, and even more, just with the intention of the user.
And how much of a need is there for prosthetic arms and hands in Brazil?
It's like 211,000 people in need of prosthetics in Brazil. It's like 0.01% of the population, but it's a big market.
Absolutely, and obviously this would be life-changing for those people. But there are other products out there. What's the issue?
The issue is that the regular bionic prostheses in the market are international, so the cost is really high for Brazilian population, because it's like $40,000 to $100,000, and our prosthetic is going to change that, because we work with lower materials like 3D printing materials that we can lower the price, and our technology is from ourselves, so It's produced in Brazil, everything in Brazil, and our prosthetics going to the market by $5,000.
So that's a considerable difference, isn't it? And it's still expensive, but it certainly makes it affordable, at least for some.
Yeah, it's still a high price for people without financial conditions. So we are making partnerships with banks. Like yesterday, we met a bank named ParaBank. They work with credit for people with disabilities. So we are going to make a partnership that we can make the price lower even with facilitation in credits with those banks.
Now, Jose, maybe I turn to you, the medical side of things. Tell me how this prosthetic arm works.
Actually, the arms, we have two sensors actually that they can read the electronic sign from the muscle, and that electric sign is translated in an electronic sign in order for the prosthesis to open the hand and close the hand.
And it's not only open the hand and close the hand, because I can see on the video that people are picking up quite small objects with their fingers, that pincer movement.
Yes, actually, besides the functionality of closing and open the hand, you can do the pinch and the pointing. And those three functions then can restore activities, and most of the daily life is set like that.
Absolutely, and looking at the arm now, you can see it's 3D printed. It's got that telltale kind of those lines on it, but it's sturdy, and that's obviously what makes it cheaper. And you can see the sensors that are inside the arm there. And how? So you're saying it's electrical, it's signals from from the stump?
Yes, from the stump actually, because the normal muscle, for it to work, the brain sends an electric sign to the muscle, and that is what makes the muscle work, right? And we developed the technology that can read that sign and translate it to the machine, to the hand.
And the electrodes are put in the residual limb of the person, and it can learn yet the intention of the user with the electron signals.
So when are you going to market?
Next year. So we aim to launch the prosthetic in the market in 2027, because we are in the regulation process right now, making the clinical trials, and we are getting success in the trials, so we aim to put in the market next year.
And you mentioned getting the regulatory approval. It is in effect a medical product, isn't it? So maybe, Jose, maybe you can tell me how difficult it is to get that.
Actually, it's quite difficult because it's a long path and it's not so clear. If you go to Anvisa, that's our regulation agency, you don't have a web page or something that you say, I have a medical device, I want to qualify for Anvisa. You have to call people, you have to have meetings and how you say people that help you.
Counselors, consultancy advisors.
Yes, professional advisors, consultants. Yes, and that's a very big market, and sometimes we think that that's done on purpose, right? It's very unclear, it's very muddy, but we really believe in our project, and we are working to have a very good, very safe process in order to give our patients the best. We really believe in the product, that actually we don't know the size of our market because most of the patients, they gave up on having a prosthesis, especially because of the price barrier, and we're going to destroy that barrier, let's say.
Yeah, and we start in Brazil right now, but we really believe that our product can reach all the world, because in the world 40 million people need a prosthetic, upper limbs prosthetic. So we are now launching in Brazil, but we really believe that our product can reach another countries, and a cheaper choice and advanced choice for people from around the world. And people who are listening to the podcast could know our prosthetic, could follow us on Instagram. So the Instagram is limbex_official. Everyone that needs a prosthetic or wants to know about advanced prosthetic can reach us on the Instagram or LinkedIn, or our website is limbex.co.
Autism is becoming increasingly recognised around the world, with the latest figures suggesting around 1 in every 31 children is autistic. While signs can often appear during the first 2 years of life, many children still wait years for a formal diagnosis, delaying access to therapies, educational support and specialist care. In countries such as Brazil and the UK, families often face long waiting lists, high private assessment costs and limited access to specialists, particularly in rural communities. Researchers are increasingly exploring whether artificial intelligence could help identify early behavioural markers of autism, including differences in eye movement, attention and social interaction. While AI isn't designed to replace clinicians, it could help identify children who would benefit from a full assessment much sooner. One Brazilian startup is hoping to do just that. Using AI, home videos and webcam-based eye tracking, its platform aims to identify children at risk of autism from as young as 16 months old, before connecting families with specialists and ongoing support. The technology is currently undergoing scientific validation with a Brazilian university before wider rollout.
My name is Luis Felipe Salles. I'm from Aracaju, Brazil.
You have tell me about why you're here at Web Summit.
Well, I'm a medical doctor. I'm a founder of Auri. Well, Auri is a digital platform for hyper early autism screening powered by AI and by remote eye track technology. Autism now affects 1 in 31 children, show us a problem, and these children pass a delay in diagnosis. And our mission is to turn the diagnosis to for 16 months old. How could we do this?
I was going to say, how can you do this? Because, it's often thought that you can only diagnose a neurodiversity usually from about the age of 7 is really accepted. So this would be a phenomenal change.
And for girls and underserved community, that's just worse to this. And we have a questionnaire that the family answer at home, and then send 2 short home videos of the child doing little things, and our AI analyze behavior patterns. These patterns create a risk and higher risk, like medium and high risks. We perform eye tracking. We have videos in the screen and the children watching the videos. We have some behavior patterns that is known, like biological terms of autism too. And then we have a doctor that confirm or not this diagnosis.
So they can say, we suspect that this child is very likely to have autism. And then what? They're directed to a specialist. What happens?
We have a lot of specialists in our platform, and so we don't need to dislocate. We don't need to have heavy things to do. It's just a webcam in our home.
And then you can say a child is autistic. And then what do parents do after that?
We have our care. There is a plan of care that you have in our site, auri.com.br, and we have teleconsultation, we have orientations to this family too. We don't let this process so free. We take this family together of us.
So you work together with the family. And what about costings? Because certainly in the UK, a private autism diagnosis or a test for it can run into thousands and thousands of pounds. What are your pricings like?
So we have areas and that specialists are scarce, and the UK and Brazil too, and the costs are too high because there is not just one consultation, it's more than one consultation, and our platform is trying to make this process more accessible for everyone.
And so it will be accessible for, I assume, people who aren't as rich as those who can afford current methods.
No, not only for the rich, but for the people that are really needing, not as expensive. We're trying to do this for health systems, for schools, for rural areas too, and this is our mission.
And I assume then you would have government contracts or state contracts that would maybe even make the product free for some people.
Yeah. With the government, the product will be free for the people.
And what stage are you at? How far are you down the line? Can you have a diagnosis now?
We're now doing the scientific validation with a university in Brazil, and then after the scientific validation, we will be through the world.
The world. Well, I look forward to seeing it in the UK. Luis, thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Decarbonising transport isn't just about electric cars. For industries like aviation and heavy transport, liquid fuels will remain essential for decades to come. That's why scientists are searching for sustainable alternatives that can replace fossil fuels without the need for new engines. Known as drop-in fuels, they can be used in existing aircraft and diesel engines while significantly reducing carbon emissions. One of the biggest challenges is finding sustainable raw materials to make those fuels. Rather than relying on food crops, researchers are increasingly turning to waste products and high-yield plants that can be grown on marginal land. I met a startup at Web Summit Rio that believes it has found a more sustainable way to produce these fuels. Using a patented catalyst, the team converts low-quality oils, including used cooking oil and oil from the native macaúba palm, into green diesel and sustainable aviation fuel. The technology is showing promising results in the lab, and the company is now looking for investment to build a pilot plant and demonstrate that it can produce green fuels at commercial scale.
Okay, so hi, my name is Kelly Lopes de Souza Ribeiro, and I am a researcher from Federal University of Minas Gerais, and also I'm a co-founder of a startup, NES Green Fuels, and we develop new solutions for green fuels.
So you can tell me about this new solution for green fuels. It's quite a surprising process. Tell me.
So we developed a process, a tailor-made process to convert oils with low-quality fuels with high-quality fuels, so advanced fuels. We can say like drop-in fuels, like SAF, Sustainable Aviation Fuel, and green diesel.
Okay, and you've got a video here showing me the pulp from one of Brazil's most famous fruits. Tell me what you do with Brazil's fruit.
So here in Brazil we have macaúba. Macaúba, it's a native plant that we can have a lot of oil. Macaúba can produce from 6 to 10 times more oil than soil. And then we have this oil from macaúba that we use a catalyst that we developed in the university, and we can convert residual oil like waste cooking oil or oil from macaúba or other type of residual oils, wasting oils, in drop-in fuels. And we have this process that we convert this with high efficiency, and we can get 96% of hydrocarbons.
Right, so that's quite a good conversion rate. You can't tell me what's in your catalyst because that's all patented. It's a big secret. However, you are here at Web Summit to try and get a buyer for your technology. Is that correct?
Yeah, we are here looking for a partnership, an investor that can help us to keep this development. So now we participate in the NAVI. NAVI is a program from the National Agents of Petrol in Brazil, ANP. And so we have in NAVI we got some investments to develop this technology till TRL around 5-6, but we need more. We need partnership to get a pilot plant, a pilot demonstration plant, and be able to show that our catalyst is capable to
produce at scale.
To scale, yes.
Because at the moment you're producing about 10 litres of green diesel in your lab, but that's never going to be a business product. You really need to get high volumes of green diesel.
Yes, so that is what we are looking for. So to be able to produce a high quantity of fuels.
That's all for this week, and a reminder that you can subscribe to an ad-free extended version of the show by searching pod.fan somewhere on Earth, the global tech podcast, and paying just $10 a month. It keeps this show on the road. And if you can't subscribe, then please leave us a rating on your podcasting platform. This really drives our visibility. I'm Ania Lichtarowicz, and this is Somewhere on Earth, the global tech podcast. Until next week, bye-bye.